Black cherry is my jam. I do like black cherry candy. Umeboshi is like a black cherry flavor. I love Umeboshi. I had an addiction to Umeboshi for a while. In fact, I still have like 2 bags of a candy that I got like aggressively addicted to. I forget what it was called. It's the one that has the geisha girl on it, though. Ko Ume by Lottie. I'm going to link to a very, very random TokyoSmart.com. It's some kind of, I don't know, it was the first result. Is there an Amazon link I could find instead or something that would be... No. Oh, wait, there is. There we go. So if you ever, long story short on how I ended up coming across this candy, I was at a convention, I was vending. I used to sell at fur conventions a lot. I would make fursuit bases and stuff. So I was vending, and some completely random person ran up to my booth and said, "Hey, do you want to try a really nasty candy?" And I said, "Sure, I love nasty candy." And so they gave me 2 pieces, 2 little packages, they're individually wrapped, of these Umeboshi candies. And I had no idea what they were. I had never heard of Umeboshi. I had never heard of anything like this. I didn't know what to expect. And there was no descriptor on the bag of anything other than it had like cherry blossoms and a little geisha girl. And then it's something about a goopy center. And I put it in my mouth, and the very first thing that hit me like a fucking truck was the overwhelming assault of salt. You know how warheads are covered with the sour powder? And you just kind of like get that full frontal attack of sour? It was like that, but with like a salty sour. And it took a minute to get through. But then after a while, it kind of dissipated and you got much more of a sweeter plum flavored candy out of it. Still with a heavier salt flavor kind of mixed in with the candy itself. It was gross. And then when you get to the center, that becomes the true nightmare of the experience. Because after you break the hard shell and you get to that goopy paste on the inside, that stuff is like straight up super glue the moment it touches your teeth. If it's on your tongue, if it's on your gums, it's fine. But if it touches your teeth, that shit cements itself to them. You will never get it off. And so naturally, when I bit into it and had my jaw glued shut to the goop that just sealed my jaw, I thought, this is the worst thing I've ever experienced. I never, ever, ever want to try another one of these candies ever for as long as I live. That night, sitting in my hotel room, eyeballing the second piece of candy that they had given me, I kept thinking to myself, why do I kind of want to try this again? It was really gross. I hated every part of that experience. I don't want this. And yet, I have another. And I kind of want to try it again. I'm kind of craving it for some reason. What the fuck is this? And so I ate it. And it was still gross. But I couldn't stop eating it. And then when I got home from the event, I could not stop thinking about that stupid fucking candy. So I had to go on this mission, searching through the internet, trying to find anywhere on Earth that would ship it to me where I live, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I did finally find a place that would do it, but it required me to order in bulk. So I had to order 5 bags of this candy, which I still wasn't even fully convinced that I liked, but I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So they showed up, and I had one, and I found out that when you buy an actual bag of the candy, each bag comes with 2 like gobstopper-sized versions of the candy, along with the regular ones. And I blasted through the first 2 bags in like a week. And I'm not a big candy person. I don't usually eat a whole lot of candy, but I just it was an addiction. I would just eat one after another, after another, after another. It wouldn't stop. So I went through the first 2 bags and then I started to panic thinking like, oh my God, I do have an addiction. I'm going to have to be eating this candy for the rest of my life. Halfway through the 3rd bag, I finally reached a point where it's like, okay, I think I can maybe start to live without this. It's good, but it's finally kind of losing its addictive properties. So 3 bags fully consumed within like a month's time. I still have 2 bags, or I think I have 1 bag unopened and 1 that I have sprinkled into my just bowl of random miscellaneous candies that I've acquired over time that are all definitely expired and no good anymore. And every once in a blue moon, I'll still go back and have one, but I don't know what came over me. Some kind of witch's spell came over me with them. So if you ever decide to try them, I cannot recommend them enough, but be prepared for that experience. They're terrible. They're disgusting. You will not like them at all at first, and then you won't be able to stop.